The leader of the Liberal Democrats, Ed Davey, is with us in Central Lobby. Hello to you,
Hi,
Ed.
Joe.
Again, your reaction to what the Chancellor said, first of all.
This is a total swindle from the Chancellor. He's giving with one hand and taking with another. You know, we're facing a cost of living crisis, according to the OBR, the worst for over 50 years. Inflation already at the highest for 40 years. You know, people are drowning with those higher energy bills, those higher motoring costs, those higher food bills. They needed a lifeboat, and the Chancellor's utterly failed them. You know, we're seeing cost of living where he's done nothing. He's done nothing on eye-watering inflation. And one point that's not being made and heard enough is that's nothing for schools and hospitals who will see their budgets severely cut by higher inflation.
Right, what sort of package? Give us a sense of the scale of what sort of package you would like to have seen in sort of cash terms going to stand by hard-working families.
Well, at least 2 or 3 times larger than this. I mean, we proposed a cut in VAT, which would have cost £18 billion, a 1-year cut in value added tax. That would have been worth £600 a year for the average family. It would have also cut headline inflation and helped reflate the economy, bring help to struggling businesses, particularly on the high street. That sort of bold measure was what Liberal Democrats wanted and were arguing for. The Chancellor's done nothing like that.
In terms of jobs, we have talked a bit about employment. Levels of employment are high. They have been high, perhaps surprisingly, ever since the sort of almost not the end of the pandemic, but as we were coming out of the pandemic and the war hit. You would accept that at least on that front things have been more positive.
Well, yes, but we're seeing skill shortages, we're seeing labour shortages. The problem, as many of us forecast, is that our health service, our care homes don't have the staff they need. Every business I speak to, every business representation organisation I speak to, from the CBI to the Federation of Small Business, the British Chambers of Commerce, they're all complaining that their members don't have the staff they need. So if we're going to grow our economy sustainably, grow it out of this appalling situation we're in, we're going to have to find that labour from somewhere, and there's nothing in that. This wasn't an economic strategy. I say this was more designed to make the Chancellor look good to the backbenchers than it was to help people struggling with their bills and to help our economy.
Well, who would have thought it? A politician trying to make themselves look good. Excuse my cynicism there, but you say there was no longer...
He should be looking after our country. He's too busy fighting a leadership election in case Boris Johnson falls under a bus. We have a serious crisis in our country. The Chancellor's job is to focus on that crisis for millions of families, and he's not done that.
Well, you say there's no plan. I mean, in front of me here, I've got various pieces of paper, including a tax plan. Rishi Sunak said he was trying to set out some sort of strategy for the longer term, which, yes, did include a rather eye-catching cut to the basic rate income tax by 1 pence. But that will be, you know, well received.
Well, this is why I call it a swindle. He's reducing income tax at the same time as increasing national insurance. Guess what? The people who will benefit from the income tax cut include people with huge investment earnings, landlords and so on, and they won't pay the higher national insurance. The higher national insurance will be paid particularly by low-paid workers and small businesses. That is not the right priority for our economy or for people who are struggling. That's why it's a swindle, and you can say that about the national insurance threshold. Now, Liberal Democrats really want to take low-paid people out of tax. We argue that, we delivered that when we were in government. But what the Chancellor is doing is another swindle. He's freezing the income tax personal allowance, which is bringing millions of low-paid people back into income tax, while he's raising the national insurance threshold. People shouldn't be fooled by this smoke and mirrors, where he's raising an allowance and cutting allowance, where he's raising a tax and cutting a tax. I'm afraid this is not good management of our tax system.
Ed Davey, Liberal Democrat leader, thank you very much.